catch the wave. Life is all highs and lows. Others fall.
Hey, Brian, congratulations once again. You've got another blog that a lot of people have been reading. And
That's nice.
Which one's this? What's the focus of this blog?
This is about criticism and how you should be your one and only critic. It's important to self-criticize, I think, but not to the extreme. Find your faults, find your shortcomings, and tweak yourself. But to listen to other people is not productive. Although no one's above criticism, I think that, when you get to be a certain place in your life and you're happy with who you are, it's not constructive to listen to other people's criticisms as much as it is your own. So,
and there's an example that you put in the blog that was a pretty stinging criticism at that point. And how did you handle that as you were just building your band and getting started? What does that do? How do you react?
I mean, we never had any bad criticism until, the national release came out. So it was all local. We were a local band and the local criticisms were always great. And then the national press hated our first album, and so that was tough to take. But it also taught me that, you can't, there's a great quote by, I think it's David Bowie. Oh no, it's Andy Warhol. He said, "Don't read your press, weigh it." So, it's the amount of people that are talking about you that was the important thing. And I really held on to that, that idea that, well, at least they're writing about us. It didn't help much. I still felt bad about it. And it still stung me up until a few years ago where I finally said, I got to let that go. Every time I saw Maxim magazine or Entertainment Weekly, I'd get really upset. I just got to let that go. It's been 20 years.
Was there a specific process that you had to use in order to be able to let that go, or
meditation, focus, finding my focus and meditating and breathing and just going, I have to eliminate these negative thoughts because they mean nothing. They really mean nothing. They were meant to sell magazines. It's easier to write a negative review than it is a positive review. And it's very hard to write a positive review that's funny. So think about the Spinal Tap moment where they're sitting around and their album is called Shark Sandwich, and it was a 2-word review that was shit sandwich. And it's a big laugh in the movie. But, it's true. That's exactly what a critic will do to get a laugh and to sell magazines. And so you just got to realize that's what it is. And now at this point, I don't read the good reviews or the bad reviews. I just don't read them. So
I love that perspective of understanding what was the purpose of the person writing the information or the review.
Sure.
You mentioned that there's a song that you identify with in the blog and how it relates to this whole experience. And it's a song that people may not, knowing that you're a hard rock kind, like alt rock type of genre, type of scenario where you've got this. And then seeing that you identify with a song by Christina Aguilera, how did that come into the mix?
Well, I'll tell you how, there's a connection between she and I, and that was that we both were on RCA at the same time, and we were both at our peak, at least we were at our peak. And then when she put that album on, she, of course, way surpassed our peak, but that was the last thing that she had done that was really huge. And I heard that song and I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. I love that, You Are Beautiful song, or I Am Beautiful, whatever it's called. Forgive me. But that was the connection that we had. And when I heard the album before the album even came out, because, we were privy to that kind of information, we'd get the advanced copies of these records. I just fell in love with that song. I just thought it was brilliant. And I wish I would have written it.
Well, I mean, you put some of the lyrics in the blog, which is every day is so wonderful, then suddenly it's hard to breathe. Now and then I get insecure from all the pain. I'm so ashamed. Is this why people are resonating with the blog? Because there are people that could wake up in the morning with this optimistic view of the world, and then all of a sudden something that they read or they encounter changes that whole dynamic.
Sure. I mean, that absolutely. I think that resonates with everyone, because I think everyone has that, whether, whether it be a spouse or someone in your family, or, somebody you don't even know that might criticize you in some way, and like I talk about in the blog, it's so funny because I didn't know if the portion of the blog that talked about the people we argue with while we're vacuuming, if that would resonate. But I've had more people write me and go, oh my God, I totally do that. I'm totally like yelling at people in my head while I'm doing, these mundane jobs, and so, yeah, people, everybody pretty much does that,
And what I loved about it is how, when you went through this, because I think why it resonates with people is it talks about where do we get our validation from, and who to give that power to, whether it's someone else or do we keep the power within ourselves for our self-worth. And I loved how you went in and then you even Googled the review, and the fact that you said even the internet has let it go. So
yeah, I couldn't even find that old review. And it's like, if it's not on the internet, does it even exist? Did I remember it correctly? Oh, I remembered it.
I think it's a lesson for people. And there's a point where even the internet lets it go. So we should let it go at some point in our lives and wash our hands of it. So I just love how this connected with people, because throughout our lives every day, could be a challenge to the way that we view ourselves, our perception and our perspective of ourselves. And what this lesson that you have here is, we're all beautiful, and we shouldn't let what happens throughout the course of the day or what somebody says to us take any value away.
And you also said, you talked about validation. Self-validation is the most important thing, and once you have that, you find success.
And I think that it would be just a great service to our viewers. You do so many fantastic things when you reinvent these songs and play them in a different way and give us a new perspective of them.
Oh, yeah.
Would you mind playing Beautiful by Christina?
Sure.
Every day is so wonderful, and suddenly it's hard to breathe. And now and then I get so insecure from all the pain. I'm so ashamed. I am beautiful no matter what they say. Words can't bring me down. I am beautiful in every single way. Words can't bring me down. So don't you bring me down today. To all your friends, you're delirious, so consumed in all your doom, and trying hard to fill the emptiness. The piece is gone, the puzzle undone. But you are beautiful, no matter what they say. Words can't bring you down. And you are beautiful in every single way. Words can't bring you down. So don't you bring me down today.